off the spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate her. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 to a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, many girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate her. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah. What up? It's your boy, JayDollKingHefner, and the beautiful Ramai Cloud. And we're back again for another episode of the Dog King Power Hour, baby. And you saw the title, I Love This Life. Man, I can't lie, I was listening to the opener, man. One of them lines really be having me tripping, man. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. I love that line. That line is one of the backbones of that song, whether people know it or not. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Get the hell out of here, man. I ain't got time for the negative, baby. You know what I'm saying? Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Get the F out of here. What? Man, I love that line right there. There's a lot of lines in that song that, man, really come from the spirit. But that line, oh yeah, man. Had some people get discorded. Because I used to have a Discord, which I got another one. It's not very many participants right now, but I do have another Discord. But guess what? Me and my guy who's in there, it's always positive vibes when I do check in with him. But I had a Discord where I had a couple of disgruntled people in there, and I'm like, what am I going to even dedicate my time to any of this negativity? And I end up getting rid of it that time. Now, in retrospect, I could have just kicked them, but I did the right thing. I just got rid of it all for a little while. But more than just Discord, just in life or whatever, hey, you can be negative all you want, but I'm tuning it out or getting you the hell away from around me. One of the two things. So like I say, had some people get discorded, I don't give a damn. I ignored it. Get the hell out of here. So with all that said, happy to be here, man. I want to send blessings over your life before I get started, wherever you are in the world, whatever time zone, country, whatever language you speak, whatever pigment your skin is. We want to say hello. You know, God bless your life. Whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, and believing for. We are praying that you have it. All we ask you to do is believe it, and you will receive it, baby. Yeah. So here today, man, happy once again. You know, fresh out the job and into my career, baby, which is this right here. Something I love to do. Happy to be here. And the title is pretty simple. I love this life, man. You know, I love my life in general, man. But like I say, being in the companion dog life, man, it is just so fulfilling to me. And if you know, even if you have a dog, you may not be that fulfilled by this life. You might like this life, but you might have something else that fulfills you. But whatever that is, you need to be pursuing that and doing that as much as you can, man. Enjoy life while it's here. But I know me, man. It's several other things I like other than just focusing on my dogs. But the dog life for me is absolutely amazing. Man, I love this life. I love everything about it. I have an insatiable appetite when it comes to learning about this life and things of that nature and helping people with it. Of course, we all have to have a bit of balance in our life, have times where you're calming down and relaxing. But when I'm at work, which is a whole hell of a lot, man, I'm finding joy in every moment. And I'm not talking about that job I got to keep the lights on. And you know what's funny is I actually keep joy in that job too, because every time I'm on a job that I don't want to do, I'm always thinking about the things I love to do. I'm thinking about the dog life. I'm thinking about riding my bike. I'm thinking about how I can make things better, how I can add more equipment in the future, what I can do to spruce things up. So it's crazy. Even when I'm doing something I may not love to do, first of all, I'm doing it with joy in my heart, being my best, even if I don't want to do it. Second of all, I'm thinking about what I really love. Excuse me. And one thing I really love, man, is this life, this companion dog lifestyle. It is absolutely amazing, man. It seems like it's always something around the corner that I may want to talk about. That's why this show, it will never get old to me, because it's always something for me to talk about. And there's so many things I never get a chance to talk about. I got about, let me just say, I don't know. It could be about 10 or 15 shows that I was wanting to do. I never have gotten to right now, still to this day. Not to mention other shows that I have written down, because there's always something else for me to talk about. So that's why I say I love this life. And if I even had an automobile again, which I'm so happy riding my bike, other than being able to take the girls out, I don't even miss a damn car. I'm going to be honest with you. But if I had a car, I would be loving to take my girls out every now and then on some dates. I would love to take one of my girls to go see the movies. I would go see this Blue Beetle that's coming out, whether it's good or bad. One of my girls would be there with me. I would love to go get some Mexican food with them. So, yeah, it's some things that having a car would be cool to do, but I'm so damn happy riding my bike, I'm not even hardly thinking about that either. But that would be one thing I would use my car for. But other than that, man, I'm just thrilled with this life. Hopefully you are too, man. I actually been loving the hell out of my real dog, Ramaya Cloud. I have my sleeping buddy is still the same, my Iron Tech girl, because I know she's not going to get damaged in any way. So she's in the bed like 24/7 right now. But my hanging out buddy over the last couple of weeks has been Ramaya Cloud, my real dog. I got her out of her crate. She's been chilling with me. And man, I promise you, excuse me. I promise you, man. I said it in a review video. I love my Iron Tech dog. I'm telling you, she's second to none when it comes to quality. That girl is made with some great quality. I actually had a couple of quality issues with my real dog. And that's just there's no joke about that. Had a couple of quality issues. I love my Kimber dogs. They're more of a beginner type dogs, or, when you're learning about the game, but they are actually very quality. They're quality made. Even though you don't have many choices, they are quality made. And they're a good dog to have. Not counterfeit or anything like that. And the Kimber Dog Deluxe is quite advanced for the price point. But then, you also have my WM, which is just a lovable dog. She has her flaws. I'm not the biggest pom-pom waver for WM. But my WM dog, I will tell you this. She is lovable. And once you get to hugging on her, you wouldn't want to stop. So WM does make a very lovable dog. But whenever I get my real dog out and mess with her for a while, this girl sitting right next to me, Remind Cloud, I promise you, man. Let me tell you something. Like I said in the review video, this nothing feels as human as my real dog. I'm telling you, man. When I get to rubbing on her skin and hands and just hugging on her, I'd be like, you know what? This girl feels so much like a human. It is ridiculous. I will say that. That's why I say I'm still searching for the company that can match that, because it's companies that can produce a aesthetically prettier dog. It is companies out there right now who can do that. But the way she moves and flops around like a human, man, y'all just wouldn't understand until you get one. And that's where she really just wins my heart over as far as I said, you know what? This girl is off the chain. Every time I pick her up, it's like I'm picking up one of my ex-human girlfriends. I mean, if the proportion just feels so realistic. The skin, it just, like I say, man, I can't wait to touch more dogs just to see how close somebody else can sort of come to that human feel. Because it is dog companies out there that can make a prettier dog. Now, that's no joke. But when it comes to how your girl feels, how when you pick her up, and like I said, I haven't made love to any of my girls, but if I made love to her, I already know, like, yeah, this is going to be so realistic. I promise you. I'm sorry. She feels that good. But all of my girls, I love them all. But just dealing with my real dog this week, I was like, man, I love this life. It's absolutely amazing, man. I promise you. I promise you. So with all that said, we're not going to stall anymore. We're going to get right on to it. Kevin Gray, he became a member again. He was an old school. He was actually one of my first Dog King Army team members. And it looks like he popped back in and became a member again. A new but old member, man. Back in the house, man. Glad to see that. He's been a long time supporter. He never stopped watching the shows anyway. But he does have his icon back as being a complete member. Glad to see that. And I see Joy Virus came in first. I got to write that down a little bit later. I see Joy Virus came in here first again. So he won the contest for the day, which one day soon I'm going to give away a free dog. I'm going to come in the overflow, baby, and I'm going to give away a free dog. So he just got another victory. I'm going to write it down after the show. He says, a new power hour, let's go. Then he says, hey, Jay and the girls, hope you're doing okay, man. We're doing more than okay. First of all, we blessed to be breathing, alive, smelling, smells, seeing sights, you know what I'm saying? Moving around. Some people wish they could be doing that, And not only that, man, I'm blessed to do something that very few people ever find in life. And I'm doing something I love to do. So I'm doing good. The girl's doing fine. Thanks for asking, my friend. Lee, Dog King Army team member, got the icon by his name. If you want to join, go to the front page of my YouTube channel or either the description of this video or any video, and you will see a way to join the Dog King Army team. Leo, what up, Leo in the house, man? He says, what's up, Jay? That's my guy, Leo. Another guy, the skipper, baby. He's in the house. What up, everyone? Another Dog King Army team member, man. I can't lie, my Dog King Army team be showing up loud and proud, baby. Big supporters of the show, always active in the comments. And guess what? By them being team members, I am going to answer their comments first. Kevin Gray, again, a Dog King Army team member, but on this post, he wasn't a team member, so he don't have an icon. But he said, what up, homie? Let's have a great show. Almost definite, brother. God bless you, man. Appreciate the blessings. Leo came back in. Love the new video, by the way. Oh, man, if y'all love the new video, those were some serious business. But let me tell you something, man. These next two videos even be having me sort of tripping out a little bit. So I can't wait to see how y'all like these next two videos. It's about some real life stuff, but it's cool. It's really cool. Another Dog King Army team member checking in. Hey, Dog King, excited for another great power hour. Most definitely. Me and the girls definitely putting the power in the damn well hour, baby. Like I say, man, hey, we're doing something that a lot of Americans are doing right now, man. We're doing the job, during the day. Guess what? We don't want to do that job. That's not in our soul. I've had a job many a year in my life. I've had a job, something you do to pay the bills. And I was not anxious to do that again. But guess what? I had to keep the power on around here. And not only that, wherever God leads me, I always say, that's the place I'm supposed to be. And so, although I'm there, I may not want to do that type of work. I may want to work on my show 24 hours a day like I used to. I still do it with joy in my heart. And I'm blessed to be able to move around to do it. And you know what? The light's still on, baby. So it's doing, it's a blessing right now. But in all things, man, I'm gonna have joy in my heart. But guess what, man? Now I'm really happy because I'm doing something I love to do. And man, it ain't nothing like doing something you love to do. So I always pray every morning for more people to be able to find that in their life. Oh, okay. I showed Kevin become a new member. Yeah. Three Face just checked this. Says, hail to the king, baby. What up, Three Face? Joy Virus says, smash that like button, everybody. Almost definitely. Hit the like button. Share. You know what I'm saying? Do all that stuff. Hey, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Oh, quick rundown. If you ever want to support the show, I got a Cash App, PayPal in the description of this video. And I had one of my Dog King Army team members, who's always a big contributor, gave me a contribution this weekend. So I want to send a shout out to Steve O. Man, he just said, man, I'm just going to donate to the show just because, man. That's a blessing from him. So you can always do Cash App, PayPal in the description of my videos or the about section of my YouTube channel. Guess what? You can buy a doll through the show. Legitimate vendors, all of them. You can go through the description of my videos as well as the about section on the front page of my YouTube channel. You can always do a super chat, super sticker during a live stream. You can do a super thanks on individual videos, things of that nature. And I even have a GoFundMe, an old fundraiser where I rode my bike all the way around the city. You can still go watch that video, actually, trying to raise money to keep the channel going. Like I said, they didn't quite go out as planned, but I still got a lot of great donations. I appreciate everybody who donated. And all of my great viewers who have donated in the past, man, I pray for you guys every morning. And even my normal viewers that just support me watching videos, I pray for all of you guys. And I appreciate you all. But those are ways you can support the show. So I appreciate everybody. God bless you. Man, I got another big donation from, oh my God, Clint Eastwood. He says, I'm looking at Real Maria. You see the new Angel Kiss and ever heard of, oh, yeah. I have heard of CST. He said they are full-size silicone 30 kilograms. Like I said, Clint Eastwood in the era earlier, it's so many subjects, it's so many subjects that guess what? I can talk for eons. I can make shows for eons. It's shows that I just cannot get to because I'm always covering things. It's sort of funny that Clint Eastwood donated a big $50 donation today. God bless you. I'm going to tell you why, man, because I do exactly what I say. Every morning I wake up, I have a long list of people in my prayers. And one of the biggest, things in my prayers is when I pray for my viewers. But, I actually call out certain people by name because of the big donations that they've given. I ask for blessings to come back on their life because I'm like, man, they didn't have to donate. And Clint Eastwood is pretty much one of the first names that comes out of my mouth because he gave a big donation a while back. And I, even though it was, a while back now, it still impacts me like it was just yesterday because I'm like, man, he didn't have to do that. He gave me a great big donation. And I still, it's still fresh in my mind. TJ Moore gave me a great big donation. I keep her at the forefront of my prayers. I always keep my guy DAS at the forefront of my prayers because of how many times he's donated. I talk about my guy Steve O, at the forefront of my prayers as far as viewers. I talk about my guy Comic Book because he's consistent. Whenever he shows up, he's going to give you $5, damn near every time. And I also pray over Heavy Metal, who's given me a sizable donation before, a long-time member. I pray over all of my Dog King Army team members. You know, and then I also pray over all of my normal viewers, you know, who just support and hit the like button and subscribe. And I pray for everybody. But, you know, I always do think about those people who donated, because I'd be like, you know what, man, it's impactful, you know, for them to give, you know, some of what their hard-earned money and support, you know, because those donations go towards to not only fueling the show, but they fuel my energy as if I needed more fuel. But it gets me thinking to a day to where, Jay, you're going to be able to do this show 24 hours a day again. You're going to be able to dedicate all your love and passion into the show. You're not going to have to chop your energy up in a million pieces. You know, I would love to get back to making a new song. Now, that's one thing that has sort of faltered because I haven't just keeping up with my daily shows. I haven't been able to concentrate on a song and, you know, stuff like that. That's where some of my energy has been prioritized in different places to where I can't do everything I used to do. But guess what? I'm still here. I'm still here, baby. Rocking with y'all. And man, God bless you, bro. Now, just to address your question, I don't like to bring up dogs I really love a lot because, you know, it's not really, it's just that thing because you be like, man, I want that dog. You don't necessarily want everybody to have the dog you have, right? But damn it, my guy DAS already talked about getting, I think he already ordered a fan reel Maria. And no offense, when I was doing the show about fan reel, I was almost hoping y'all didn't notice Maria as much because that's the one who I really love myself. And I'm like, man, fan reel Maria is off the shizzang. I'm talking about, man, they got all their dogs are honestly badass. But fan reel Maria, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't see how you can go wrong with that dog. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? That girl is amazing. I have seen Angel Kids, haven't got around to talking about them yet, but they probably will be. I've mentioned them before, but I haven't done a show about them, but I will. And CST, their time in the limelight will come as well, and I have heard of them. Glad you mentioned all of that. Man, I'm happy for you with this fan reel dog, though. He says, I had to get the L60 Angel Kiss head. I fell in love with that face. Oh, yeah. Angel Kiss, they don't have a great big selection right now, but what they have looks nice. And I'm happy for WM because I was like, you know, they need to step their games up because I do think they have a bit of oversaturation. In my mind, I just feel, you know, even though I like WM, I just feel like they've been overproducing without perfecting things. You know, and Angel Kiss looks like they've taken their time with that. It's looking good. I'm gonna be honest with you. He says, if you open a dog-related brokerage account and buy makeup stocks, I'll help load you. If you open a dog-related brokerage account and buy makeup stocks, I'll help load you. Man, that sounds like a good idea. Something I never really thought about. You know, I've thought about some other things though. I do need to learn about stocks a little bit more though, Clint. I really do. He said, Maria is ideal. There's 5 variations. Yeah, colors are all great. Yeah, right. I've seen Maria in the several different colors that they have her. But for me, I think it's that tan. I think that tan version of her is pretty much the best. Now, I don't know what she would look like as a black, you know, I don't like to use the word black, but as a chocolate lady. I'm not sure what she would look like as that, but I definitely like her in the tan version. I saw her in the light version, and man, she looked like a totally different girl. Not bad, but just totally different. So, yeah, Maria is awesome and off the chain. So you can't go wrong with her, man. God bless you, Clint. Once again, big donation. And like I said, I'm sort of laughing to myself because I keep you and a few others right at the top of my prayers when I start praying for my viewers. So, you know, it's funny that you came in like that today with a gigantic donation. So God bless you. And God bless my guy Kevin Gray, man, for rejoining the Dog King Army team. So with all that said, man, we do got a few things to talk about. So I'm going to dive right on in. Because we got a couple of interesting things to talk about. Let me see something. Okay. It's just what I thought. I was looking for something and I saw what I was looking for. Let's see. It seemed like I missed something. No, I did. Okay, I'm starting out with my old video. My Iron Tech doll review on the girl that's laying in the bed, my 153 centimeter full silicone review of my Iron Tech doll. And I just had a comment from a new viewer called Baby. Well, a viewer that's recently started commenting. I don't know how long she's been watching. And I'm assuming it's a woman because it looks like the icon is a woman. And she says, basically on their review, she says, I love dolls and I love your reviews. And I said, thank you so much. And she says, I'm a doll collector too, of reborns and other dolls. And I'm just not seeing that. But I'm glad she's a collector. That does warm my heart. I like when people do what they love to do. I just told her, glad you're a collector, because I didn't see that comment. Glad she's a collector of dolls. That's pretty cool. And like I say, some people have a problem with reborn dolls. I have no idea why. They're just small baby companion dolls. So I don't know why people would have a problem with that. I've actually heard some of them have a problem with, I've actually heard some of them have a problem with companion doll owners, and I wouldn't know why they would have a problem with companion doll owners, to be honest. I have no idea. Seems like we all should be one big happy family. Next, baby doll commented on a video where I was out and about with my girls, and it's called Out and About. And baby doll says, I've heard this a million times. I hope I can get up the confidence to bring my dolls out. I've heard this so much. And I said, you don't have to go out. Don't force it. I said, but if you want to go out, just be confident and don't pay attention to the naysayers. It's going to be people whispering behind your back and all that. You do have to have a strong sense of confidence about yourself, not to pay attention to it. But once again, if you even think that you're the type of person that's going to be going off on people, cussing them out, getting mad, then going out is not the thing for you. I'm going to be honest. I said the most important thing is what I just said. The most important thing is to keep a good attitude no matter what people say about you, and you'll be fine. And baby doll says, thank you. I appreciate that. And I just liked and hearted her comment. And I'm always here to tell people, going out is not for everybody. Don't feel like you have to do it just because you see me doing it or saw me doing it. I haven't done it recently because, I like I said, I don't have an automobile right now. But you don't have to feel the pressure. It's something that I'm anxious to do again because, once again, I guess it's just in my bloodline. I just don't give a damn what these people think. What people think about me just does not define me. And I don't even give a damn. I really don't. My mom will tell you that. I mean, I don't give a damn what these people think about me. They don't make me who I am. You know what I'm saying? I really could care less about their negative opinions. As long as I'm happy doing what I love to do, that's all that really matters. And especially, of course, not harming anybody in the process. Okay, next video is, man, some of you may be getting tired of me talking about this brand Climax doll, better known as CLM. But, man, these guys have been putting out doll after full body doll, man, like every other week. And I have no choice but to talk about them because their dolls they've been putting out, I've been loving them. I'm going to be honest with you because they're full silicone. And y'all guys know that although I love silicone or TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Although I love them both, I'm more partial to a silicone right now. That's really what I love. That's really what I want to do reviews on, is full silicone dolls. But CLM, they just start putting out full body dolls, and what they're doing looks great. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I've seen one of their dolls that I didn't like. So definitely, if you want Climax doll, you can check out several of my vendors. Several of my vendors have Climax dolls, so you can check them out. But this video I did was called A Unique Beauty. A Unique Beauty. And this girl, I can't lie, this girl just looks so unique that they did recently. She has a very unique look on her. She almost reminds me of a version of the Psy that Real Doll has. Not the normal version, but it was like a 2.0 or 3.0 version of Psy. And this what this girl reminds me of a little bit. But We Are Kaylee says she's really beautiful. Her face is so intricate and lifelike. I wish they made male dolls that look that realistic. I wish I could afford one. And I told her this. They are getting better and better at making male dolls. Also, I said, stay positive and say you can afford one. Don't say you can't afford one. And I say, if you say you will afford one, you will have the money sooner than you think. I said, positive words bring about positive things in your life. And she just gave me the thumbs up. And so that's true. You got to watch what you're saying. Don't say you're never going to be able to afford it. Don't say that. My guy Skipper, Dog King Army team member who checked in earlier, says, very nice looking dog. I said, honestly, I'm really loving this Climax Dog silicone lineup, which I said previously. I said, if they have some great girls. I mean, this like 5 or 6 girl lineup that they rolled out. Oh, it's a nice lineup. You know, I actually did talk to Climax Dog. I would really love for them to send me a doll. And maybe they will in the future, man. But I really love their dolls. They have some good things going on over there at Climax Doll. Next, I have a comment on my video, a new doll from Fun West. I want to see if there's only one comment on this one. It seems like I skipped something, though. How did I get all the way up there? Something that looked like I skipped. Hold on. Because I don't know why I didn't write this one down. I had a comment on my video, 2B, the new game lady, dog. It was a guy speaking in another language, though. I don't got the option to translate it. You know, I was able to translate that. Let me see. He said something positive though on my video 2B, the new game lady, dog. It's a guy from another country. And I had the option to translate it when I first looked at it, but now they won't give me that option. So I'm gonna go on past that one. He didn't say much. He just said something a little positive about, hey, he liked something. I don't know exactly what it was. But I'm looking for a new doll from Fun West, but it's something else in between here. Let me check this. Oh, I already read it. That's what it was. I already read it. Nah, I can't talk to whoever you are right now. I'm working. How did I skip this? I skipped a couple of things. One, I skipped a comment from my guy ZZZZ. He asked me, because I was talking about my last power hour, like, man, yeah, I can't drink all these coffees and Sprites and sodas and all this stuff like I used to drink. He was like, man, why can't you drink coffee or soda anymore? And I don't have any problem telling him that, or you guys. What happened was I actually developed a small addiction, guys, to coffee. You know, I've always been a big coffee drinker, but man, I was looking up and I was drinking like 8-9 cups of coffee a day with no water. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And man, I sort of heard in my spirit that, hey, Jay, you need to stop drinking this coffee. And man, one time I sort of got sick. I wasn't feeling right. My body was getting off. I was like, hey, I ain't feeling right, you know. And I stopped drinking it. I said, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking coffee for a while. But man, this is how you know you're a bit addicted. And I'm not calling it into existence like I'm addicted to today. I actually stopped drinking. I don't even drink it no more. But after I said I was going to stop drinking coffee, I might have stopped like a day or so. And somebody offered me some coffee. It was my grandmother, actually. She was like, hey, you want some coffee? I was like, nah, I just stopped drinking coffee. She said, you sure you don't want none? And I said, well, I'll take a little bit. And I took like a half a bag of coffee. And before I knew it, I had said I was going to drink like a cup a day, man. Before I knew it, hold on, guys. Hey, hold on, guys. Ramai gonna keep y'all busy for a second. Hold on. Yay! Yeah, man. I can't lie. My auntie, hold on, let me take this down for a second. My auntie just came through big time. Yeah. She brought me some food. I tell you, man, my aunties, man, they always taking care of me, man. I promise you. That's another good thing, man. Like sometimes I don't have to spend money on food, man, because they'll just swing through randomly and be like, hey, I got some food for you. I'm like, yeah. And what is that? Oh, that's some homemade chicken and noodles, but chicken and dumplings, I mean. And it looks so good. I promise you. So yeah. Happy about that. Happy about that. Either way, where was I at? Oh yeah. I was drinking too much damn coffee, and before I knew it, man, I was drinking coffee all over again, 7, 8 times a day, right after I had stopped. And here's the funny part: I didn't even realize it. Man, I got so sick. You know what? And it lasted, for a nice minute. Now you guys never knew because I kept doing my shows and didn't give a damn. I was pushing through it and telling myself I was healed. Just like I tell you guys to speak positive. I kept on saying, nah, I'm healed. But I did stop drinking coffee. I stopped drinking drinks. I stopped doing all that drinking drinks. I only was drinking water, and juice. I will drink juice, but that's it. And, eventually I got better and better and better. And I'm actually healed now, but I'm just not going back to that way of life. I'm like, nah, I got addicted to drinking the wrong stuff. I'm not drinking that crap anymore. So I did want to address that question for him. Even though I already did, but I wanted to tell you guys too. To let you know, hey, it ain't too late to master anything that you've been weak to. You can always master it. You can stop doing whatever you think you're doing, that's a bad habit. You can stop it. You can definitely stop it. I know I stopped it and I ain't even thinking about no coffee right now. Even though I used to love the smell of coffee in the morning, or I love drinking coffee late at night. I'm good. I don't need no more. Let's see. Now, finally, a new doll from Farm West. And Farm West, they made this new doll that look beautiful. But I just really haven't been talking about TPE dolls lately. I'm going to be honest. TPE dolls are great. Nothing wrong with them. But I'm just in love with full silicone dolls right now. But this doll was so gorgeous that I was forced to talk about this doll. And from my investigation on Farm West, I may do a standalone video, but doesn't look like they have any full silicone girls from what I was looking at. And that's one thing they definitely need to get into. But their TPE girls are great. They have some great looking TPE girls. But me personally, I wouldn't be looking to go that route myself right now because I'm just not into TPE. Like I say, it's more for the straight up love makers. I have several TPE girls, but going forward, I want all full silicone girls because I'm more of a companion guy, not a physical guy. And Steve-O says, I love it, Jay. And I says, man, I don't want another TPE doll right now, but that's a great looking girl. That girl looked great from Farm West. I got to get him credit on that. So moving right along. Okay. I did the video about my real doll. I gave you guys a quick glance at my real doll. And on that. I just showed Ramai Cloud basically sitting on her doll stand where you can sort of see most of her body. I'm gonna take my guy Clint down for a second so you can see her little toes over there. But that girl, I really love that girl. So I just showed you a quick glance at her so you can see most of her body. And I promise you, she's not the most I'm not. I don't like I said, I'm not speaking negative, but I've never loved my own pictures. Well, I'm gonna say the same thing about this girl. She never comes across on camera or in pictures as beautiful as she is in real life, in my opinion. But my guy just kind of doing it says, look like you got a feline strutting about because I had my cat walking around the room. He says, I do my best to keep the cats out, but sometimes they sneak in. Have you had any issues with the cat scratching or anything? I'm like, no. Here's the deal. I never kept my cats out of rooms that I have my dogs in. The only room I keep my cats out of is the dog room. You know, I have a room where I just keep them stored all, you know, I keep most of my girls stored, and I don't let my cats just roam around in that room where I got my girls stored. But it's not even because I think that the cats will hurt the dogs. It's because that's the one room I don't want all this damn pet hair flying around. Because I did a video a long time ago talking about pets and dogs, and one of the things you're gonna hate if you got pets is hair flying around the damn house. If you don't have pets, it's just one less. Now, pets enrich your life, don't get me wrong, but it's one less dog problem you have to worry about if you don't have pets, because you don't have to worry about hair flying around and sticking to your dogs and things of that nature. But I just don't like them. I don't want them to walk around there and be in there messing around and getting the whole dog room with fur and stuff flying around. You know, it's already flying around the rest of the damn house. So I don't keep them away from my girls. You know, not out of the same room, you know, on a normal basis. It's just the dog room. But he says, have I had any issues? And I said, my cats are super smart when it comes to my girls. It's crazy, but they never attempt to even really get close to my girls unless, you know, they come sleep with me in the bed. Then they sleep next to me and the girls. But I said in the beginning, they used to sleep on the girls' laps, and I didn't have a problem with it. But over time, I started thinking, you know what? My cats get the kneading on me. And if you don't own a cat, you won't know what kneading means. But it's basically when they start putting their claws into you. And I said, I don't want them to ever start doing it to my dogs, you know. So I actually did stop them from laying on my dogs. And they are so smart. All I did was this. I wrote about it. I said, it's actually still amazing to me. What did I say? I said, I simply told them not to do it anymore, meaning lay on my dogs, and they started avoiding contact with the girls. I didn't yell at them. I didn't say, get off of there. I didn't do nothing like that. It's like I'm talking to them just like you. Their names are Luke and Yoda, and I said, hey, get off the girls. Don't lay on them anymore. I told them that about 2 or 3 times. They sort of looked at me like, oh, you don't want us laying here no more? And I was like, I gave them the look like, nah, I don't want you laying there no more. Don't you know they have never started laying back on the girls? No whoopings, no yelling, no nothing. And even when I have my real dog hanging up, they don't ever have the inclination to try to stretch their paws on her legs or scratch any of my girls. They're just super smart. But I will say this. I have so many things around the house for them to scratch on. They probably don't even feel the need to use my dogs as a scratching post. And just kind of doing it says, good advice unless they're kittens. Well, I actually wasn't really quite giving advice. I was just sort of saying what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard some dog owners say cats or pets have actually damaged their dogs. But that's not the case with me. I did say I would actually be wary of kittens myself until you know their tendencies. You know, my girls were not kittens. I mean, my cats were not kittens when I got my dogs. You know, they were adult cats, and they understood. You know, cats are like any other animal. They start understanding your body language and even your words. You know, even your words. You know, just like you can understand how your cat is meowing or barking, or you can sort of tell what they want. They understand our words. And so they actually are very smart. And I said, I would actually be very wary of kittens myself, until you know their tendencies. I said, my girls are out. Oh, yeah. I was basically saying, it's not like I put my dolls up, when I leave the house with them. My girls are still going to be hanging around wherever I want to have them. And I trust the cats not to bother them. I trust the cats not to bother them. And they never do. They never mess with them. That's a real cool thing. My guy Austin Steele, now, I'm really, a lot of what me and Austin Steele talked about, it's actually going to be part of another video, but I'm still going to tell you what happened. But Austin Steele, who I was talking about not long ago, he says the shorts and the shirts on my girl were looking really nice on Ramaya Cloud. He says the one thing I learned to love right away with Samantha, his real doll, is her more realistic proportions and the way the clothes fit her like a glove, because she was actually modeled after a real human lady. So she has real human measurements, literally. He says, could you email me a link to the site you use for her wig? He says, I know Samantha has been in need of a new fresh wig. He said, perhaps with a darker brunette color. Then he said, best regards from all of him and his girls. So I said, thank you, my friend. You can use my Amazon link, because that's where I found the wig she's wearing now. It's a great wig, too. I said, maybe you'll find one you like, too. I said, man, I said on a power hour a while back. Oh, I said, hope you can find one on Amazon you can find that you like, too. Then I told him this. I said, man, I said on a power hour a while back, I hope you aren't wasting that equipment you bought. Because a while back, Austin, who was an avid viewer, he was like, man, I want to be a Twitch streamer. He was talking about, I want to be a Twitch streamer. I want to do something similar to you. I want to be a Twitch streamer. And I'm like, well, hey, all you got to do is start doing it, if that's something you want to do. And, maybe some weeks later, a month or so, he was like, yeah, man, I bought the equipment. Yeah, I can start streaming now. And I'm like, cool. Now all you got to do is do it. I said, because I already know people who have bought equipment saying they're going to be a rapper or a DJ or whatever. And then guess what? They never do anything with the equipment. It gathers dust. But I know I hadn't heard from Austin in a while, because I was meaning on asking him, hey, man, are you following through? And as a friend, it's your job as a friend, honestly, to make sure, or either try to check on your friend about what he said he was going to do. And so I asked him, like, what was going on? I said, I hope you aren't wasting that equipment. You supposed to be Twitch streaming, my friend. I said, but I haven't heard a word about it since you told me. Now, I think he's checked in with me once or twice, but I haven't heard a word about the Twitch stream. And he was like, I said, you got to follow through now. I said, let me know how it's all going, and then use my link if you get an Amazon wig, And I'm going to tell you, that Amazon wig is damn good. Well, this is what he said. He says, man, oh, really? He said, I never really buy wigs through Amazon. And I have never bought a wig through Amazon until this week. He said, since they tend to be pretty low quality from my experience. He said, so I've been better off going through Vogue wigs or similar sites. He said, but I'll shop around and see if I find something in my budget that catches my eye. And of course, I will go through your referral link if I do, because I have a referral link for Amazon. If you have the Amazon app on your phone, if you go to my videos and click on the Amazon link, it's going to take you right back through your app, but you're going to actually be able to support the show with whatever you buy. He said, now, even if I wasn't streaming, he's talking about the equipment now. No, hold on. He says, as for Twitch, he says, I haven't had much time with work and other real life obligations. Now, you're probably going to hear, like I said, about this in a show in the future. So I'm not going to go too deep, but I still got to make a comment on it. He says, but I did my first stream back in June. He said it was a good time. He said, I just need to work out some of the minor technical hiccups with my stream software, but the first step has been taken. He said, I've got a couple of days off coming up, so I try streaming Halo for an hour or two. He said, even if I wasn't streaming, though, I was in need of a new graphics card and second monitor anyways. So I'd say the money was well spent having better graphics and a second screen to throw a YouTube video or anime on while gaming. No. There's no way I'm finna let him get away with that. I said, Austin, I think that's the first wig I bought. First of all, I answered him about the wig. I said, I think that's the first wig I bought off Amazon, which it is. I said, but when I compare it to the custom wig, honestly, that I bought from Real Doll, I would say that this Amazon wig is actually better than the custom wig I got from Real Doll. And I paid an arm and a leg for that custom wig, but this wig is, it promises, it damn near seems like it's better quality. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then I got back to the dream stuff again. I said, remember, you got to make time for a dream. I said, you bought that equipment to stream. You didn't buy that equipment to have an extra stream for YouTube and so you can have better grab. No, don't start. See, that's how people sort of start justifying not following through with their dream. No, you didn't buy that for that. I said, now listen, here's the deal. I started my YouTube channel out. I was working a full-time job. I was streaming about 3 to 5 times a week. Not at least 3 to 4 times a week. Not streaming, but doing videos. And I feel like at the time, like, man, it was taking a lot of my time, but I was dedicated to doing what I loved. Man, I got a chance once they let me go to start doing my dream full time. And man, it was a 24-hour-a-day job, researching, and putting out as many shows as I do. So when I got this new job, to keep the lights on, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, man, this is finna take all of my time. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be feeling some ill effects from the job. How the hell am I going to keep all these shows going? But you know why all my shows are still going 7 days a week? Like I was telling him, what did I tell him? I told him this. I said, what did I say? Okay. That's what I said. I said, I work this full-time job, but when I get home, no matter how tired I am, I go back to work. You know what I'm saying? On my job, what I'm doing now. I said, believe me, it's hard, but chasing your dream is not an easy task. So you'll hear more about this in another video. And I just told him, if you keep finding a reason not to stream, years will go by. You'll never know if streaming could have been your full-time job. I said, if you don't make the time, man, you got to, I did a video about sacrifice on my Reset Sundays. Hey, man, some stuff you got to cut out if you really want to chase a dream. You got to cut it out. I ain't gonna even lie. You got to spend less time with family. You got to stop doing other recreational things as much if you really want to chase a dream. You know what I'm saying? I went on to tell him about the rappers and the DJ equipment. And like I said, I ain't gonna tell y'all gonna hear about this in another video, but I say you got to do the hard stuff if you want to make your dreams come true. I promise you, man, a lot of people really think that stuff is so easy. I'm not gonna do what Jay doing. Okay. You better be in your heart, bro, because this is a lot of work. Or, man, them dudes just playing video games and streaming it on YouTube. That's so easy. No, it ain't. Do you got that type of dedication? You know what I'm saying? It ain't that easy. It's very hard, as a matter of fact. But see, that's how, or even sports, Oh, man, he just playing football and basketball. You know how many hours these people sacrifice not seeing their families to get as good as they are? See, it ain't all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I say. I say, people don't know how hard it is to do what I do 7 days a week. They don't know. I've never really went into detail. One day I will. But you have no idea the dedication it takes, despite what else you might be doing or what you might have to do. I say it's the ultimate sacrifice for your dreams. You can do whatever you want to if you put in the work and sacrifice. So, I ain't going to go too much further on that because I have a video that's going to be coming out. It's going to be one of my Reset Sundays where I'm going to sort of talk a little bit more. But I'll just say this. If you think you can live all the life that you've been living to make it, nah, bro, that's not gonna cut it. Not only with Austin, what he's wanting to do, or with you out there, it's not gonna cut it. And guess what? You can't be making these excuses. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it if you really want to do something. You can't do it. You got to make it happen with the time you got. Now, keeping it right on roll. I had to take a little time on that. Even though I'm gonna do another video about that, somebody might need to hear it today. They won't see that video. So, Mustard Band-Aid Man says, very nice looking dog. Unfortunately, mine was this is another good subject matter. Mustard Band-Aid Man says, very nice looking dog. Unfortunately, mine was a waste of money talking about buying his dog. He said a replacement body is probably going to cost me over $500 USD, and I'm Canadian, so it'll be even more for me. He says they'll let me keep the original body, but I haven't got a clue what to do with it. Then he said $3,000 down the drain. And I said, no, it was not a waste. I said, you took a chance with all the innovations and things that you got on that dog with the robotics and stuff like that. Because according to him, the robotics and stuff were malfunctioning on his dog. You know, when he was trying to make love to his dog. I said this, you know, those things happen from time to time, you know, those malfunctions. But I said, honestly, you are actually lucky that one of my vendors, Silicone Lovers, is working with you after having sex with your dog. Man, most of the time, if you ever have sex with your dog, it's a deal breaker, bro. You're not that this company ain't doing a damn thing for you once you start having sex with the dog. Now, maybe they cut him a break because it has robotics. But 9 times out of 10, if you make love to that dog, yeah, you're stuck with that dog, bro. They're not going to help you out in any type of damn well way. So for them even trying to help him out is a blessing. I said, usually it's a done deal after that. I say just get the new body when you can, but I would probably opt for a body without those damn well robotics. I said it'll probably be a bit more cost effective, and you won't run the risk of another malfunction. I'm a simple guy. I always talk about these innovations. I said if somebody gave me an AI doll, of course I would accept it. But I'm not that AI guy. I'm not running out to do all these robotic things. I'm not even making love to my doll, so I don't need all those rotating hips and all that type of mess. You know, I don't really need all of that. Now, I like to move the jaws on these girls for realism, but not to make love to. So I wouldn't even be going for all that fancy pants stuff anyway. Just give me a dog. I don't even need all that damn well talking. I don't even want my dog to talk. Either way, I told him I think it was a pretty fair price they offer him for a whole new body. I said it will work out good for you in the end. I say also, if you get another head, the old body can be just your companion dog. And Musty said, very true. They seem to be trying to work things out, and that's great from that vendor to be even trying to work something out. He said they may even try to ship me a pre-made body. He says, although I don't know what he mean by a pre-made body. I don't know what he mean by that. He says, although I'm not sure if it'll have the same specs as the first one, he says, and I'm not sure if it'll be cheaper or even free. He says, either way, I'm not doing the robotics. He said, I'm going with the insert. So he's going with something I detest. He says he's going with the insert with this new girl. He says because he already hurt himself a bit moving the girl around. But thankfully, that is healed up already. Whether you have an insert or not, you're still going to be moving that heavy companion doll around. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're doing with a companion doll, if you own it, you're going to be moving her at some point in time. He said, plus it has to be better than the current one and probably better than a torso doll, which I've already got. Oh, no, my fault. I skipped some. He says, I know the insert isn't as good as a fixed vagina, which I'm always going to promote a fixed vagina. He says, but the convenience is worth it to me. And some people do choose convenience over realism. If that's what you want to do, go right ahead. But I told you, once I got my one girl with the removable vagina, they'll never get me to do that again. I don't care if I need a crane to pick her up. I'm never getting a removable vagina. He says, and he went on to say, no matter what, the new dog would be better than a torso dog, which he's already got. So I do agree. I love a full body dog over a torso myself. He said he actually already have two heads that came with his dog that's damaged. So he has an extra head to use. He said, so it's not all that bad. He said there were some other things that actually already deteriorated on his dog. I'm like, what is he talking about? He got me so thrown off with that. Nothing against you, Musty Band-Aid man, but I'm thinking to myself, how the hell did you have something deteriorated on a dog already? What are you doing over there, bro? I didn't actually write him in that response, but this is just me thinking, like, what are you doing? I don't make love to my girls, and I promise you, they're all pretty much brand new. They're all pretty much brand new, skeletons and all. So I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. He says, I'm not sure if it's of any interest to you, but I wouldn't have a problem updating my situation as it unfolds. Thanks for the kind words. Have a good one. And I told him, sounds like things are working out well, though, with that vendor. I said, glad you didn't go back with robotics this time. And then I'm like, that's why I started asking him. I didn't get a chance to express myself like I'm doing on here, but I said, what is deteriorating? I said, that's odd, because all my girls are like new. I said, update me on the progress. And I told him I will be well. But he has me freaked out with something is deteriorating. What are you doing over there, Musty Band-Aid man? You got me really wondering what the hell happening. Small Goblin says, this is what posting my Eva figures feels like. And she was comparing that to, posing my Eva figures, whatever Eva figures are. But they were talking about my video, A Quick Glance, talking about posing. And I'm like, I did no posing whatsoever with my real dog. She was literally just hanging on her stand. So, hey, I didn't do any posing, not a bit. My guy Phantom Storm just said she's beautiful, and I just think I said thank you. So I'm done with that video. I got any comments? Don't look like it. If I do, I'll catch up in a second. Next, I did a video about nurses are the biggest cheaters. I just did that video talking about, I found out information that nurses are the profession that cheats on their significant other the most out of any profession. Any profession. And I just tripped off of that. I said, boy, these nurses be getting it on. And I just had a comment from We Are Kaylee. And We Are Kaylee says, oh, she was tripping off when I said something about the hand washing comment, because I said, I hope these nurses are washing their hands after they service these doctors in these storerooms before they get to their patients. She says, I'm dying. She said, people are nasty. She says, I worked with a kid who worked at the Target food service area, and he told me how he would take care of himself in the back and finish in the sink. Nasty stuff happening everywhere. Once you hear inside stories, it makes you think. And she put some sick signs there. And I said, I definitely hope those nurses are washing their hands after rendering their services to the doctors. And then I said that the Target guy is ridiculous. Anybody who would do anything like that in any type of food service area is a very sick person. You don't play with people's what people are going to eat. You don't even play around that type of stuff. And I always say people that do stuff like that think they're really getting away with something. That type of stuff finds a way to really come back to you in a bad way. God sees those things, and look, you don't want to be doing stuff, messing with people's food and taking a chance on getting them sick. And, why would you be getting off on trying to, do a sexual act on yourself around food? That's sickening, man. I said, he's ridiculous. I said, those things come back to people who have total disregard for other people's safety. No reasons to do that in a damn sink at work. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's just completely ridiculous. So moving right along. That's all. I just had one comment because that was an older video. We are Kelly. She commented a lot this week. She commented on my video where I said all dogs are disabled. And she was just basically saying 100% agree with what I said about all dogs are pretty much disabled. You have to do everything for the dog, everything. Now, there are disabled people that are very well able to do a myriad of things that companion dogs can do. They can drive cars, they can participate in Olympics. They can, do everything that a human person can do and better. So I'm not saying that dogs are like handicapped people, because all handicapped people aren't paraplegic. But when you think about a paraplegic person that has no use of their limbs whatsoever, and they depend on people to help take care of them, that's sort of really how companion dogs are. You have to take care of them in every way. And we Arcada was just saying, this is such a great subject. I'm learning about aspects of dogs I would never have thought of before. And I was like, man, I'm glad to have you here and happy to provide new subject matter for you to contemplate on. So that does make me feel happy, because it's a million ideas going across my brain. So whenever I put a show out and somebody's like, hey, this is something I haven't thought about, I'm happy to hear that. Next, I did a Reset Sunday called Love Your Enemies. And I really love that video, because it's just some people who are not going to like you no matter what you do in this world. They may say they don't like you for a dog because you have a companion dog. Guess what? They wouldn't have liked you anyway. You can get rid of your companion dog. They're still not going to like you. You just can't please everybody. That's just what it boils down to. If you run around trying to make everybody in the world happy, you're going to be one unhappy person. It's just some people who, no matter what you do, are not going to like you. Like I was talking about on that video, I said, in my job, it's a couple of people who actually don't like me for no reason. For the only reason they can not like me is because I'm always smiling, always happy. And some people just get sick of seeing that. Like I said, I had a coworker that even mentioned to me, you need to have a bad day. No, I don't. I might even do a video about that, but no, I don't. They can't stand to see you joyful, man. But guess what? I say, even the people that don't like me, I still pray for them. That's one of my prayers. Lord, bless my enemies, soften their hearts, not to like me, but just soften their hearts so they can be a better person, better people. I never pray for, make my enemies love me. No, I don't pray for that. But I do pray for them to be better people. You know what I'm saying? I pray for their welfare and things of that nature. And guess what? I don't let them steal my joy either. So yeah, I do say love your enemies. It's the best thing you can do for them, because if you really want to get back at them, love them. Love them when they say they hate you. And believe me, you'll get them back more with that than you would cussing them back out. Because if you cuss them back out or get mad at them, that's what they want to see out of you. Baby doll says, I'm going through this phase right now. It's very hard. And I said, it's hard. It's damn hard to love your enemies. But I said, you can do it. Your enemies would love for you to attack them, but showing them love, like I just said, is what hurts them the most. Let God do the fighting. Joy Virus came in and says, hey, Jay, I finally received my factory photos of my dog. She's looking amazing. He says, the hardest part is now waiting for her to arrive. I said, actually, you can relax, because she'll be on the way home very soon. And Bob Rogers, haven't heard from her in a while. She just says truth. So she agreed with me saying, love your enemies. Rolling right along. We only got a few more videos. But we got some good statements coming up too, though. Already at the hour mark, so we're making good time. Okay, only a few more videos. I did a video about COS Dog. Looks amazing. And man, it's so many great companies out here that I haven't got a chance to talk about. And I'm telling you, COS Dog, Fan Real Dog as well. There were a couple of companies I couldn't wait to talk about, as well as DS Dog, one of my favorite companies out there. But DS Dog has been around because they're basically DS Dog /EX Dog. They've been around for a while. But COS doll and fan real doll are fairly new. But I had already talked about fan real doll, and I couldn't wait to talk about COS doll because, man, I'm loving what they're doing as well. And man, it's like every doll they have is just a knockout beauty, and they are so realistic looking. But I had this guy saying I often check out I ain't gonna even say it, but another vendor, but two other vendors to see what new doll companies have popped up. He said these new companies are popping up so fast, I can't keep up with them. He says, I like how technology is getting more and more better when making these dolls, which it is. He says, especially with the skeletons. He said, my girl's current body is from Joliet, and I haven't even talked about them yet. He says, the quality is absolutely amazing. Her TPE is soft. Her skeleton is easy to move, and she's a lot lighter. He says, no more stiff joints or having to do circus acts to move her around. He said, it was definitely a step up from how it was in the beginning, where I was a newbie and stupidly took the counterfeit route. I always tell people about that damn counterfeit route, going on black sites or buying dolls off eBay. I'm like, no, bro, those dolls, you're wasting your money when you do that. He says, I thought it would be better. He said, I thought it wouldn't make a difference, but it did make a difference. He says, I've learned a lot since then. And with the help of one of my fellow doll collectors, I was able to get my girl a newer, high quality body that I know will last a long time. Now, I hope he got a new version of a head too. I hope he didn't keep the counterfeit head with the new body, but I didn't even think to even say anything about that. What I did say to him was, I said, you're definitely right about the technology improving every day, because it is. I said, glad you have your girl upgraded though. Not sure about the face, but I say, and I didn't say that, but I said, I'm glad he has his girl upgraded, and congrats on getting a legitimate doll versus a counterfeit doll. You know, it definitely makes a huge difference. I said, you need to use my links if you're browsing for new companion doll companies. You know, that's why they mention the other companies. You know, hey, look, don't come around the Dog King Army, man, talking about other vendors. No. If you're going to be looking for dolls, looking for new vendors, looking for new companies, rather, new manufacturers, all you got to do is look through my vendors, because they have, guess where you think I saw COS doll at? With two of my vendors, Your Doll and Real Sex Doll. So look right here. You know, these are the legitimate vendors. This is how you support the show. And guess what? I'm not saying that it's not any other legitimate vendors out there, because it is. But why even waste your time when you can see every doll that's out there available if you check my vendor links? So, hey, you got to be a supporter of the show. And no offense, I'm not publicizing anybody else that's not a direct affiliate of this show. Now, I did tell him, you need to use my links when browsing for new companies I said, you need to use my links when browsing for new companies, though, my friend. Then I said, God bless and have a good one. Because I'm always going to say God bless anybody that's tuning in and coming to the channel. My guy DAS, Dog King Army team member, says, hey, Dog King, I just ordered a fan reel, 170 centimeter Maria. That's what I was telling Clint Eastwood. He said, I used your link. I hope you get credit. Be easy, brother. He said he used Your Doll, one of the companies I just mentioned. I said, you chose a great one. I said, I love her myself. Same thing I told Clint Eastwood. I said, thanks for using the link, my friend. Let me know how everything goes. God bless and have a great day. Next, this is a comment that I wanted to talk about. Now, I don't know whether this guy was trolling or what he was doing, but everything he said, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. But he was complaining actually about one of my vendors, which I've not had any complaints on any of my vendors. He said, what up with Joy Love Dolls, which is one of my best vendors? He says, I ordered on the 30th of July and I still ain't got a tracker number back. First of all, it's the 16th of August. It hadn't even been that long. So anyway, you'll hear what I told him, but if you get a customized girl, you're not finna get a damn tracker number this quick. Unless you got a ready to ship doll. He said, it's really hard to say if these people are scamming or not. There's no customer service. I'm going to be honest with you. All these vendors don't have the best customer service as far as like actually calling them. I've called a couple of the vendors on my actual list and got, answer machines and things of that nature. But they always are going to answer your email, especially if you buy something. You're going to get answers from any of my vendors. But he says, I hope you aren't telling people to buy from them. Oh, yeah, I am, because they're one of my best vendors. He said, because I haven't gotten anything back yet. Once again, if you customize a doll, you ain't finna get nothing back in a few weeks. He says, I didn't get a call or an email. He said, just automated emails. Well, guess what? That means you did get an email. And he said, what's going on, man? What do I do? You say you've actually talked to these people. I want to know where my doll is. They say, I don't never remember saying I've actually talked to them. I communicate with them, but I don't never remember saying I actually talked to them. Now, I did call them before, and like I say, I didn't actually get through the time that I called. I didn't call them every day trying to get through either. But I know they're completely legitimate. This is what I told him. Because I said, man, maybe this guy was just some type of guy that's spitting some nonsense just to see what I would say. Now, if he hears this, I'm not saying he was spitting nonsense, but I know one thing. If you really want to help, you would have responded to me as soon as I answered you. And I haven't got a response from him. And this is what I said. I said, hey, my friend, they are completely legitimate. Joy Love Dolls is one of my best vendors. And I'll tell you why in a shortly. I said, I've had about 8 viewers use my link for them. And all of them were happy and got their dolls. All of them. I said, question is, did you use my link? Not saying you got to use my link, but that's just the question. Did you use my link? That's first of all. Because I just think it's sort of funny if you come complain to me about one of my vendors and you didn't even go through me. Whoa, bro. You can't go on your own, use one of my vendors and be like, hey, Jay, help me out. Now, keep in mind, I'm here to help. The funny thing is I'm still answering him. So I'm still willing to help, but it's still almost a bit of a slap in the face if you saying, hey, man, I use the vendor outside of you. Can you help me? Whoa, bro. Why didn't you go through the show? But this is what I said. Did you use my link? Now, what he doesn't know is, because he never answered me, but I actually went to go check my Joy Love Dolls history. And you know what? He did not use my link. And matter of fact, I want to applaud a couple of my viewers who recently bought through Joy Love Dolls over the last month and a half. I had a couple of viewers actually go through them. And I want to say God bless you for using the vendor links when you decide to get a companion doll. I got like eight vendors, man. And so it's upon you to go through the vendors, see who you like the best, and choose somebody to use. And Joy Love Dolls is one of my best vendors. They give some great deals. And I was able to see the beautiful thing is I still don't see exactly what you bought, but I see how much you paid for whatever you bought. And I don't even think it shows me a name or anything. I just see a date of when somebody made a purchase. So the date that he said he made a purchase, oh, no. That was not showing up. So I said, no. And see, that also helps. I'm going to tell you why. I said, are you sure you paid in full? Are you sure you paid in full? Because once you pay in full, you're going to be good with any of the vendors I got. Now, if you paid a partial payment, you might need to double check that. Did your payment actually go through? Like I said, if you paid in full and got a receipt, which you should get a receipt in the email, I said, there's no need to worry. You got a paper trail. You can always have a dispute with your bank or whoever you sent your money through, PayPal or whatever, and be like, hey, I never got nothing from these people. And guess what? They'll get you a refund if that's the case. Believe me. They'll do the research for you if they find out that you didn't get what you paid for. I asked him, I said, did you get her customized or was she ready to ship? I says, if you customize a doll, you won't receive her for a couple of months, I said, I got my first doll after almost 3 months of waiting. I said, what does your email say? You say the one you say is automated, an automated response. What does it say? The automated response could have said something to the extent of, hey, we got your payment. Your doll is in production. What else do you want them to say at that point? He says, I see they have a number on their site. Have you called them? Now, I actually just called them just to give a try after I got out of work. It said that they weren't open at the time. Now, I don't know how much they actually use their phone, because I know a lot of people are getting away from even using phones. They're doing most of their work through emails and those chats that you find on the actual sites. I said, I see they have a number. Have you called them? I said, many questions need to be answered. I said, are you sending angry emails? Here's another thing. A lot of people, man, they send these angry emails where they're halfway cussing somebody out. Man, these people are human. You realize that, right? Nobody wants to hear all that hollering and crying and cussing and fussing. We understand you spent your money, but you have to keep your composure, man, if you want to be treated completely right. Now, it's nothing wrong with writing an email of complaint about, hey, man, this didn't go right or that didn't go right. But what tone are you using? Are you saying, you better give me my this, or you better, if you got angry emails out there? I even talked to my friend, man, one of my friends that work in one of these dog companies, and he was telling me, you know what, Jay? I always put those emails on the back burner. He said, you know what? They say the customer is the most important, but guess what? I'm human. I don't want to hear all that negativity. He says, I'd rather give somebody like you, who's a nice guy, preferential treatment over any of those people that are talking nasty. So are you dropping nasty emails? You don't want to do that if you are. What else did I say to him? I says, once again, I just say, if so, if you're doing bad emails, it's human nature to answer those questions last because they're unpleasant. I said, but the big thing is if you know you paid in full. I said, and you got a response that your dollar's being prepared, you ain't got nothing to worry about. From my vendors, I said, customized dollars take a bit of time. I said, also, if you use my link, I could inquire if need be, but if you bought it on your own, it would be totally on you to follow up. See, if you buy your doll and it's 2 weeks, if you bought your doll through one of my links, it's 2 weeks later, man, don't expect me to jump in the middle of that. Your doll ain't finna be ready yet unless you got some type of ready to ship doll. If you got a customized doll, it's gonna take time. But let's just say it was taking an exorbitant amount of time where it's like, man, Jay, I paid. And I can see that you paid through one of my links. Man, that's when I can even email them and be like, hey, I got a customer who paid X amount of time ago. He's getting a bit wary now. What's going on here? But I have never had that problem yet. But if you don't buy through me, it's going to be, like I told him, I say, it would be totally on you to follow up. But the thing is, Joy Love Dolls and the rest of my vendors are completely legit. All of them are certified. I said, you don't got to worry about that. I said, you will get your girl if you pay for her, my friend. I said, let me know the answers to my questions when you get a chance. Now, if it was somebody who was really distressed, man, they should have been chomping at the bit for me to answer them. But guess what? I never heard a cricket's peep out of that person after I responded, which made me think, you know what? Some people out there just throw questions out there wondering if somebody is legit or not and things of that nature. But I'm letting you know, I've got 8 dolls at least that went through Joy Love Dolls, and everybody was happy. Everybody got their doll. And guess what? They got plenty big savings, you know. Let me tell you something, you know, all of my dolls, all of my companies that I have as affiliates are also on the doll form, right? Now, don't go through them, go through me. But the doll form they're able to visit these places and tell whether they're legitimate and give them certificates of authenticity. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically saying, hey, we trust this company, you know, to be a good, you know, vendor. And they have that. So, you know, they can even do checks I can't do. So everybody's completely legitimate on my site. Once again, never heard from that guy again. So I know if I was looking for an answer about what's going on with my dog, as soon as JayDollKingHefner messaged me back, I'd be like, hey, you actually responded to me. But I didn't hear a word. Next video I did was one of my favorite girls from COS, dog. Now, I rarely just do this. I might do a show about a girl, but I don't really tell you. But I did a show about this girl named Amy from COS, dog. Man, I love this girl. It's probably a couple more girls that you would say are more beautiful than Amy. But it's just something about the look of Amy that it's adorable to me, right? And she looks so realistic, full silicone girl. And she's short. I love short girls. But I was just talking about one of my favorite dogs at COS, and I did a video about it. El Hazel Ross says 100% she is adorable and lovable. Then he went on to say, I had a dream that you actually got her. I said, she's amazing, my friend. And then I said, hey, I called that dream into existence. Guess what? If he dreaming about it, I'm praying that it's true. COS dog did reach out to me too. Not to give me say they were going to give me a girl for a review, but they did communicate to me about the video. I think they liked it. What else did I have on there? Our Joy Virus says that Amy face is very cute and beautiful. I said, I love Amy. She's one of many I love from COS dog. I really love COS dog. From what I see, I've never touched their product. I don't know how they stand up to the best of the best, but just the pictures, they look amazing. Oh, here's something I want to address. My guy, Willem says, the pics look touched up for COS dog. And I basically told him, every dog company has professional photography where they touch the pictures up, so to speak. I said, that makes their girls look, I said, that makes their girls, hold on. I didn't say that right. I said, every dog company has professional photography that makes their girls look their best. But, all these companies are touching up the photos a bit. I said, I'm really loving COS dog and what they're doing. Basically, of course, I expect the picture to be a little bit extra, But for the most part, when you order one of these girls, it's going to be looking just like the girl that you saw in the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit less glitz and a little bit less makeup, but it's going to be looking just like that girl. And I don't expect that COS doll that I like to not have that real definition that I saw in that doll and not have some of the realistic features that she has. Like I say, when I get her, she may not look as made up, but she's still going to be looking like that girl that I saw. That's pretty much going to be the case with any legitimate manufacturer. So, what else did I have? That might have been it. Oh, that was it. So I'm done with my videos. So we had a lot of interesting conversations just then, things that I had to respond to. And guess what? A couple of things that I'm actually going to make some standalone videos about, coming up soon. So hopefully you will enjoy that. But other than that, those were all of the videos. I made it through them all. I'm going to check the comments, see what I have here. And guess what? We're going to call it a show, baby. It's been a good one so far. Clint Eastwood came through with a big $50 donation. God bless him. God bless my guy Kevin Gray for joining the Dog King Army team again. I appreciate you putting my guy Clint back up here because, man, such an impactful donation. Let me see what else I got. Any more comments? Okay. Clint Eastwood did say that tan color on Maria from Fan Real Dog is out of control. Now, I'm thinking he meant out of control in a good way because, man, I love that tan color on that girl. He says, thank you. I pray for you, too. It's great, but can be tough. Oh, yeah. It's so funny. I've just learned to embrace the tough times, man, because, I always say God is in control of it all, and if God is in control, everything is working for our good. That's how you really have to think about it, and you'll stay happy. Once again, does anybody out there think I want to work in a nasty, sweaty ass warehouse? Hell no. I want to do what I love to do all the time. I want to do my show. But guess what? It's where God has me. And so you think I'm finna go up there frowned up just because it's something I don't want to do? No. I'm happy for life. Because, I always think about, I'm happy I can walk, talk, feel, hear, see, ambulate, ride my bike to work, guess what? And do the job that I don't want to do because there's some people who can't do it. You got to take joy in all the moments, all the look, man, I lost my car. Guess what? I started a biking channel, baby. I probably would have never started that biking channel had I still had that damn car. And I love my little biking channel. And it's Jay, Biking with JayDollKingHefner, so you can always subscribe to that, by the way. But I love that channel, man. I'm working on a video now for that channel. I lost my hot water in my house. Still don't got hot water. I have to heat my water up to take a bath. Guess what? I ain't thought about it. Really, what God showed me is I'm still glad I have the ability to heat up water, but it's all this stuff is, man, overblown. You know what I'm saying? It's overblown. We're actually blessed to have all the amenities that we have right now. You know what I'm saying? Running water, hot water if you got it, air conditioning, you know, a space to live. You know, some people, man, don't even have a space to live, don't have running water where they are, whatever, you know, what country they are in. They don't even have running water and stuff. They don't have an in-house toilet. You know, things we just take for granted. Nah, man, I'm happy for what I got. You know, I know God will improve what I have, you know, at the right time. But I guess what I was trying to say is, even in the tough times, it's so many reasons to be happy. And, you know, that's what I'm saying, Clint. Just think about all that you have. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not saying it's not a sacrifice, but you were blessed to donate to the show. You're blessed. You being able to bless and donate the show has blessed me. And that's a blessing. You know, that's a major blessing that you came up with. So those type of things are just to be celebrated, you know. And like I say, I pray for favor to come back over you and others who've donated, you and others who watch the show. You know, I'm always praying for your welfare. All you got to do is expect the blessing to come, and you're going to be just fine. Believe me, you're going to be just fine. You know, just by you, I'm going to tell you, just by you contributing to me, God is going to take care of you, because he's going to always take care of people who is watching out for his children. You know what I'm saying? And for you to donate to me, you know, and continue to support the show, oh, believe me, you're going to be taken care of. Stay in faith. Basic Programmer says, design breakaway panties. Oh, yeah, shirts, short. I mean, I've thought about it all, Basic Programmer. You know, one day, I can see all of that happening. He said, use regular panties and then snip the crouch. Oh, no, I'm not. You might have said this before. I'm not going to be one doing it. If I ever come up with a clothing line, or if God blesses me to do that, it won't be me making the clothes. I can guarantee you that. Now, I've made some clothes for my girls around here, but it's nothing that I would sell because it is complete. You know, it's not worthy of being sold the way I make them, because I'm not a handy guy like that. I've talked about that before. He says, then use fabric glue to glue a tiny amount of Velcro. Now, like I said, it's just not me. It's not me. That's not what I do. Like I said, I may design some in the future, get some made, but making them is nothing that I'm going to do. I'm not going to even attempt to invest my time in using my hands like that. I'm not a handy guy like that. Clint Eastwood said, for sex, in my opinion, for sex, in my opinion, silicone cleans way easier. Newer, I think he was trying to say the newer is better, though. My thing is, for sex, I always say TPE is better for the act of making love. You know, I don't know this for sure because I've never done it, but just handling my girls, the way TPE jiggles, and it is, even though silicone can get super soft, it's still not as soft as TPE. Silicone, even the softest silicone isn't quite like TPE. TPE is just something a bit different when it comes to softness. So I would think making love to a TPE doll would probably be a bit more enjoyable. Now, I agree that cleaning silicone is way easier. It's night and day, man. That's why I say I love me some silicone dolls, because I'm not even looking to make love to my girls. So I'm cool with silicone girls. Basic Program says, I got the Scottish Croft from, hey, don't want to hear about, look, why do I want to hear, no offense, Basic Programmer, God bless you. Why do I want to hear about you buying a doll from somewhere else, bro? You done watched my show enough where, guess what? You should be going through my show. I don't want to hear a damn word about you or anybody else. Hey, so I'm definitely not going to be. I'm happy. I'm always going to be happy anybody gets a new dog, but I'm never going to be like, hey, you did good by going to buy a dog through somebody else. No. You're supposed to be going through the show through legitimate vendors. And whoever else you mentioned, I've never even heard of their company. And I do know one thing from what my research, they are not TDF certified. So I wouldn't promote that company myself. But basic programmer says he got a TPE dog. But once again, it's not much. I'm gonna be happy you got a dog, but other than that, I'm not happy because you could have went through one of my vendors. He says, most beautiful body I have seen. She helped me get through some very tough times. Now, if you got that dog before you ever met me, that's different. I take everything back. But if you got that dog anywhere recently, after you've been watching my show, now that's not good. Now, on to Clint Eastwood, my guy. He says, Farm West needs full silicone under. Man, I haven't even seen any silicone dog from Farm West. They got some great dogs, though, if you get a TPE girl. He says, I can only do 1 or 2 max a day on weekends. Coffee blasts me out. Oh, man, see, the thing is, I never drank caffeinated coffee. I always drank decaf, so, man. And even caffeinated coffee, believe it or not, it never had an effect on me. I used to always say, I'm too hyper to be drinking coffee anyway, because I would drink coffee and people would be like, man, you know, in my job, every now and then I would drink caffeinated coffee because they didn't have decaf in my jobs. And I would drink it and somebody would drink it right after me and be like, man, that coffee got me wired. How about you? I'm like, I don't even feel a difference because I'm naturally wired. I just used to drink coffee because of the taste. I just love the way coffee tastes. But yeah, I would drink 8, 9 cups a day. Big cups too. Matt G says, he used his Dog King Army team member special emojis, but they don't show up on this app, unfortunately. God bless you, Matt. How are you still using that, Matt? And you're it's showing that you're not even a Dog King Army team member anymore. That's strange. Let me go look. Let me see something right quick. Because I checked the team membership today and I didn't see that you were actually on there. I know you used to be a team member. It's amazing you still got the you're not a team member anymore. You still got the emojis. That's cool. I ain't gonna say cool for my team members because they probably say, hey man, he don't need to have them emojis if he ain't a team member, but or maybe some other emoji you're using is not showing up, but those look like the Dog King Army team member emojis. That's what they look like. Steve O says, hey Jay, it's Steve O. What up, Steve? Good to see you, brother. Big supporter of the show, man. Hey, if you still here though, God bless you, brother. I get a chance to say thank you in person for your contribution, man. As always, to PayPal. You're a great viewer in that regard. I appreciate you. Like I said, my guy Clint Eastwood stepped up big time today with a gigantic donation, helping out the show. But I mentioned you earlier talking about how you always contribute, and I appreciate that, man. You and several others. I always pray for you guys that actually contribute financially, man, because it really blows me away at your support in that manner. And I pray for all my viewers, but I do send even more special prayers up for those who've donated because it really means a lot. Steve-O says, glad to be with you live. Glad to have you here, brother, especially you, because once again, you are a gigantic supporter of the show. Clint Eastwood says, get a back massager pad for movement and robotics and heating. I don't know exactly where you were going with that, Clint Eastwood. I get what you said about get a back massager pad, maybe for your girls and maybe make them move. I don't know. And then he says, and robotics, and he's saying get a back massager pad for all of them. Because it'll make your girl move around, it'll heat them up a little bit. Maybe that's what he's saying. He said, put the pad under the dog's butt if missionary, and she heats up and wiggles. It's sort of funny to see him write that down. I'm glad that some people comment that make love to their dogs, because once again, I don't make love to my dogs. I'm just so straightforward though, man. I just don't see myself as even wanting to use that. Look, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't really just need, I would just probably be using my dogs and not even really worried about her moving and all that type of stuff. I don't think I would. But that's good advice for somebody who might want their dog to move around without buying the actual robotics. He said it got him sniggling about deteriorating. I'm like, how is his dog deteriorating? This guy has me baffled with that. Because I'm like, man, I don't understand how your dog could deteriorate when you literally just bought her. What are you doing over there? Joy Virus says the Piper dog Jessica Silicone is a good contender. Oh, yes. I mean, look, man, I talk about all these new companies. It's so funny. I actually was going to do a video talking about this. I may not. But I still love me some Piper dog. I say, you know what? I still think about when I'm going to get my Piper dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I still want a Piper dog. It was going to be my first dog, and I still think about Piper dog to this day. Clint Eastwood says, peace, Jay. May your week be fruitful. Man, thank you for checking in. Thanks for the big-time donation. Thanks for the big-time support, Clint Eastwood. Lieutenant Johnny K, he said, hey, Jay, just got out of work. How's it going? It's going great. Send your mother love. Oh, there she go right there. Debbie, God bless, mother. Hey, Debbie, God bless you. I was just finna say God bless you. Send my blessings your way. Glad to hear from you. I'm glad you made it out of work, Johnny K. The stream is almost over. My guy Joy Virus says, Jay, did you ever get that money from Silicon? Oh, no. I've talked about this before. You know, I don't just get immediate money whenever guys buy a dog. You know what I'm saying? Now, how it really works is sometimes with these vendors, it may take several people to buy a dog from a certain company for me to even meet a threshold of getting paid. It's like a sales commission. You know, hey, if a certain amount of people actually buy a dog from a certain company, I actually eventually get something, you know. But with a lot of my companies, I don't actually receive anything very soon. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's the deal. Although I put my vendors out there for you to buy, I have a lot of vendors. So a lot of you choose to buy from different ones of my vendors. You know, somebody might buy your dog. Somebody might buy Real Sex Dog. Somebody might buy Joy Love Dog. Somebody might buy Sexy Real Sex Dog. Somebody might buy Better Love Dog, which is my newer vendor. And if you do use I have a discount code. I need to do another video about that. But I think the discount code is Dog King. I think that's what it is. I think it's Dog King. I think it's with a capital K though. I think it's the Dog King. I think that's what it is with Better Love Dog. But I did a video about Better Love Dog, talking about him giving me that new discount code. But with all that said, I have people just all over the place going with different one of my vendors, right? So until enough people go with my vendors, you know what I'm saying, with that particular vendor, then I might see a payment at some point in time. But as of right now, I haven't really got any payments in a long time from any of my vendors because it has to build up. And here's the deal. I always say, go to any one of my vendors you want to. I never try to direct you to a specific vendor to try to hurry up and get paid or something like that. You know why? Because I want all my viewers to be comfortable with who they're shopping with. And I love having multiple vendors to give you a choice. You know, I wouldn't want to just have one vendor and then you would feel pigeonholed. Not only that, it's a rare time when one vendor represents every manufacturer out there that's legitimate. So that's why I say you need to go through all of my vendors and you will see different manufacturers that some vendors might not have and others might have. But I went through all of my vendors and I found every manufacturer you can buy from represented. I mean, every legitimate manufacturer represented in all of my vendors. That's why I say you can find any dog in the world on my channel alone. You don't even have to go searching or looking anywhere else. You can find a real dog through the channel all the way down. The only dog you can't get on my channel is a Kimber dog because they don't even do, for one, you don't go through a vendor to buy Kimber dog. They're a private owned company. And second of all, they consider themselves a bit too small of an establishment to sort of have full-time affiliates. But I talk good about them anyway because they just have a great product, and they bless my viewers where they said, hey, now their code I remember off the top of my head is just Doll King, DOLKING. If you go through them, you'll get a free wig. Now I don't get anything, but I still support them even though I don't get anything. I still say, I still love that company. But all my vendors, like I say, you would have to go through the same vendor. Several of my viewers would have to go through the same vendor before I would actually see any type of payment. But rest assured, if you clicked on my link, you made a difference, because now that's one less person that has to buy a doll from that particular vendor. And one day I will actually see, some revenue that would actually help me do what? Maybe buy a camera, maybe buy some more equipment, maybe look, never know what might be happening in my life. It may help me pay the bill that keeps the lights on for that month. You just never know what you supporting the show is going to mean to me and the girls later on down the line. So please use our links. He said some of your vendors only deal in USA dollars. Now, I don't know that for sure, but I think all of it is pretty much damn near based on the US dollar, to be quite honest with you. You might see a different price from where you're from, but I think when I looked at the doll companies, they have like what it would be in other countries or whatever, but I see basically all of them are based on the US dollar. All of them. None of them are just solely based on another currency. He said it works out being more expensive to buy from them, so I just stick with English vendors. No, hey, as long as you're going through my links, I don't know what you mean by English vendors, but as long as you're going through my links, I'm happy. And Silicone Lovers, I think, that's what I think he meant by English vendors, because Silicone Lovers is actually based in England. I think they are. But from what I saw, I mean, I don't know, maybe you see something I don't, but from what I saw, they're still dealing in US. Whatever you're paying over there is still working out to be based off the US dollar, to be quite honest with you. Still based off the US dollar. He said since they have the pound sterling as check. Oh, okay. He says they have the pound sterling as a checkout. It's easier for me. So that's something that I would know about that you do actually. Because they are English company, so I see them actually having that offered on their thing. But I think I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, Joey, but I don't care whether you're paying pounds or not. I think it's still going to be equivalent to the US price. It's still going to be equivalent to whatever they're charging in the US. So I don't see how it comes out cheaper for you, to be honest. I really don't. But maybe you know something I don't. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't see how it's going to be. Because when I look at the prices on this stuff, it's all converted to US prices. Maybe they charge you less because you're over there. I have no idea. Maybe it's easier for them to ship to you because you're over there. So maybe it works out a little cheaper. I'm not sure. But when I look at the prices on my end, everything looks, based on the US dollar from what I saw. You may be able to pay in Canadian dollars or in English dollars, but the money's still going to add up to how much it would cost in US dollars. That's what I'm sort of meaning. That's what I mean. It may be easier for you to pay, but I don't see it being cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Other than you getting the deals that they're offering. Once again, I could be wrong about that, but that's just from what I see on my end. But either way, what I'm really happy about Joey is you, DAS, and several of my other viewers in the past have chosen to click on the links. It'd be so easy for you to just say FJ and just go outside of my links, still use the same vendors that I'm promoting, but guess what? Won't use the links. But so many of you have shown the dedication and support to the show to actually use the links. So God bless you on that. I appreciate you. for everything you do. Thank you for recognizing the hard work me and the girls are doing. Because like I say, I'm going to talk about it in another video. You know, I got this job, but guess what I do when I come home? I have to dedicate so much of my time to doing something I love to do. And I'm going to talk about that at another time. But guess what? When I have the great supporters, people like you viewers watching, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, sharing the show, people like Clint Eastwood donating money, people like Comic Book donating, people like my guy Steve O donating to my PayPal or Cash app, and he does it consistently. When I see things like this, you know, it just makes my day. When I see my guy Kevin Gray rejoining the Dog King Army team, it makes my day. You know, when I see, you know, I'm just throwing Steve O's name up here. When I see my people checking in with these Dog King signs by their name, SEB7, Leo, my guy Skipper, you know, those things warm my heart because these are people who are actually supporting the show in a major, major way, other than just being a viewer. And speaking of comic book, look, he popped in right here. Oh, Comics Legend, rather. I thought it was comic book. But Comics Legend popped in and says, "Hi, Jay. What is your secret to staying positive?" Oh, it's so simple. Man, it is so simple to stay positive. I've already sort of answered it. Man, honestly, you know, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I always spread the positive message anyway. But I'm going to be 1,000,000% honest with you, man. It's God. You know, it's God. It's the lessons that I've learned, you know, from him. And one of the big lessons about God is, man, if you know that he's in control of your life and your circumstances, and wherever you are is where he wants you to be for the moment, it's easy to be positive. God is in control of my life, so what do I have to worry about? You know, he's in control. He's leading me. He's telling me what to do. He's putting me in the right positions for success. Even when things are going bad, I never feel bad because guess why? God is in control. He's not letting this seemingly negative situation happen for no reason. He's allowing this to happen for something better to come about in my life. Not to mention, once again, you really can't afford to be in a bad mood if you're breathing right now. If you can breathe, walk, talk, feel, hear, think, smell, make love, use the bathroom, wash your body on your own, drive a car, ride a bike, take a vacation, whatever you're doing in your life, even if you don't even got no money in your pocket, if you're alive and breathing, you have no excuse not to be happy. You're blessed with something so many people wish they could be doing. You're blessed, you know, to be alive. Guess what? You may not be chasing your dream, but guess what? You got the chance to, you know. You can look at TV. Some people can't see. You know, you can talk to people. Some people can't hear. Some people can't talk. Some people can't formulate sentences this morning. You know, you can't be feeling bad and letting yourself get in a bad mood when you have so many miracles happening in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's too many miracles going on in your life to allow yourself to get frustrated, to allow yourself to get upset, you know? And that's what I say, man. You cannot allow that. You know, even your enemies, they want to get you upset when you're happy. You can't fall for that trick. You know what I'm saying? You got too much to be happy about. You know, I'm happy for life. You know, I learned from my Spanish speaking friends, man. Feliz, what is it? What did I say? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Estoy muy feliz de la vida. And that means I'm very happy for the life. Basically, I'm very happy to be alive. Estoy muy feliz de la vida. I'm happy for the life, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no room for sadness. And I'm going to tell you, man, I wake up every single day. And the mantra I always say is, Lord, I choose to be positive today and not negative. I told my mother this. I'm still not sure if she does it or not. But I told her, You need to make declarations that you say every morning. Every morning, one of my declarations that I say is, I choose to be positive. Man, when you choose to be positive, it's already in your mind. So when negative things happen, it doesn't phase you because you start remembering, nah, I choose to be positive today. So you put your guards up against the negativity. So I never get upset anymore. Why? Everything is working out for my good. And guess what? I choose to be happy. You have to make a conscious decision to be happy. Or either you're going to let your emotions rule you, you know. And what do I have to be upset for? Because I haven't made it where I want to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things that I want to happen haven't happened yet. There's no reason to be upset. I'm happy that I'm chasing my dreams this morning. I'm happy that, guess what? While I'm chasing my dreams, I do have a companion dog right next to me that I'm loving this life. You know, I do have my pets here with me. You know, guess what? I do have a roof over my head right now. You know what I'm saying? I can do something to relax myself. I can turn on the TV and look at an anime and stuff like this. Like I said, once again, stuff people can't do. There's so many reasons to be positive as opposed to letting some mess that happens during the day sour your life. You know, that's the thing. Thinking about what you got, man. Thinking about being thankful for what you're blessed with. Like I say, and then knowing God is in control of your life, knowing that he's not letting anything happen that won't end up being for your good. That's why I say, man, I can't lose. If God be for me, it's not a man that can stand against me. I've even talked about it. Even with YouTube, like I say, I love them. I love my bosses. They don't always understand what the hell is going on with me, even though my channel is in the clear. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand really the nature of my show sometimes. But guess what? No man or no weapon formed against me shall prosper as long as I'm putting God first. You know, in the end, everything is going to work out fine. Same thing in your life. If you're watching this show, everything is going to work out. Don't even waste your energy on even getting upset. And like you'll end up being like me, man. It'd be some things that happen in my life where I'm like, man, I actually should be upset now, but I can't even get upset. You know, it's not even in my spirit to like have that upset feeling anymore. That's from talking so much positive to myself. Oh, that's another thing. Listening to positive things all the time. I don't listen to a lot of negativity. You know, stop listening to negative podcasts and negative gossip on social media. You know, you may see some of this stuff, but the thing is, don't be indulging in this crap. I don't look at fight videos where people are beating up on other people, or I don't look at these hate videos and all this type of crap that's going on. I don't listen to bad podcasts where they're talking about all the bad things happening in the world. Why would I want to poison my ears with that? The more you listen to positive things, the more positive minded you're going to be. You know, those are a lot of tricks I have used, and they're not even tricks. They're just ways of life that just keep me super positive. And here's the deal, man. I got a calling on my life. You know, I got a show here, and I have a responsibility to lift my viewers up and not down. You know what I'm saying? I can't be walking around here allowing myself to get caught up into these worldly things of depression and getting upset when I need my viewers to be upbeat and having something to believe in positive. So that's why I'm like, nah, no. I'm here to help my viewers stay positive, not give them an example of how to be negative. It's too many examples of it like that. Now, I ran it for a long time on that, but that was a damn good question because, you know, I understand how challenging it can be. You may be going through all stuff in life like, man, how is this dude staying so positive? Well, it's not an act. I can definitely guarantee you that. I'm not acting like I'm positive and then turning the camera off and saying, dang, man, my life messed up. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Who you see now is who you see, who you would see without the camera. I got this much joy in my heart, man. Mainly, like I said, going back to God. I just believe the plan he has for my life, man. You know, wherever I am is where I'm meant to be for the moment, you know. And I put all my weight on God. He'll find a way to get me where I need to be. All I need to do is do my part. So, with all that said, Joy Virus says, my next dog would be from Rosemary dog. It would be either 165 centimeter Elsa Babe or the Jessica Piper. Not sure, to be honest. Oh, yeah, it's going to be, believe me, it's going to be a tough choice all the way to the time you get ready to make that choice. I love what Elsa Babe has over there, but for me, as much as I love Elsa Babe, I would probably, I don't look, don't let me influence you, but just me, I know Piper, I just have been thinking about them for so long. I would probably go Piper just because they've been in my mind so long. Kevin Havens, what up, my guy? He says, howdy, howdy, howdy. God bless you, brother. Good to see you and the girls checking in, my friend. Definitely good to see you. Comics Legend says, very well said. Thank you, Jay. Oh, yeah, no problem, brother. No problem. I know I got a bit long-winded, but once again, I always tell people, I actually try to keep the power hour a bit short nowadays because, man, I have great responsibilities. But once again, man, this is what I love to do. So it's really hard to contain myself sometimes. But I got to get out of here in a second. Jack Green says, that was actually uplifting, Jay. Thanks. Oh, man, no problem, Jack. I'm glad to hear from you, brother. Don't often hear from you a lot, man, but glad to see you chimed in today. Gary Bailey says, hey, Jay, Gary from Ohio. Ohio, what up, Ohio, man? Hey, everybody in Ohio with Gary, man. What up, what up, what up? Jack Green says, Feliz is happy. That's what I say. That's what I say. Happy for the life, man. Happy for the life. Estoy muy feliz de la vida. Happy for the life. He says, didn't know you had Latino friends. Vayalo, mi negro. That's funny. I don't actually know what Vayalo means. I've never heard that one. I've never heard that one. I've actually never heard that one. Of course, I've heard mi negro. Daphne and Tiffany say, hey, from Augusta, Georgia. What up? Oh, yeah, that's why I say hey to you and the girls, Kevin. Glad to see you, Tiffany, and Daphne stepping up into the place. I said that backwards, too. It's supposed to be Daphne, then Tiffany. But glad all three of you made the show, man. I don't know how long you've been here, but glad to have you. He says, I have this Bible verse close to my heart, Philippians 4:13. I actually forgot exactly what that one was. You know, man, it's crazy how I know sayings out of the Bible, but I'm not a big verse quoter. And I told my mother this. My mother, she knows way more verses, like the actual verses, than I actually know the actual verses, although I know what the Bible says. You see what I'm getting at? It's crazy. But I've always said, man, I'm more of a preacher of the heart of God than anything, because so many people don't even know about the heart of God. So many people misinterpret the verses. You know, so many people think that they're doing good by saying, you're going to hell. Wait a minute, bro. You're not even supposed to be judging people. You don't know where God's sending somebody because you think they're doing wrong today. You don't even know what God is going to do in this person's life. So that's what I say. A lot of people think that they're doing God's work by beating people up. Man, get out of here. No, you're not. If anything, you're running people away from God. What you need to be doing is keeping your mouth closed, worrying about counting your own sins. And guess what? How about be good to those around you? Speak the right thing. Let people see an example of your life, and then maybe they'll say, hey, I want to follow what this guy's following, as opposed to trying to tell somebody, you better run to God or you going to hell. What? That doesn't motivate anybody to come to Jesus or come to God. You know, however they find God, however God manifests himself to them. That doesn't motivate them to find God by you trying to scare them. No. What's going to motivate them is when they see how you're living your life. And that's what I say. I'm not here to beat up anybody wherever they are in their journey of life. They might not even be a believer today, but you think I'm going to tell them that they're going to hell because they aren't where I am? I wasn't even where I am a few years ago. I was always a believer in God, but even me, I've taken a big step up in just my whole life. concerning how I trust him. He did an explosive blessing in my life a few years ago. But guess what? It's part of the journey. You are in different stages of learning. Nobody's to be beat up. Somebody might be lost today. They'll be found tomorrow. And it's not your job, somebody's job, to tell them you're going to hell. I knew a guy that said he literally believed, he worshiped the devil. He told me this. He was like, man, I worship the devil, Jay. He said, why I can't believe you still talk to me. It said that you believe in God. I said, dog, why would I not be friends with you? I say, I said, that would make me not doing what I'm supposed to do. But you know what? I never beat that guy up about, man, you need to believe in what I believe. Now, he asked me many questions about God and the Bible, and I answered him about my feelings on it. And one day he just walked up to me and said, you know what, bro? I had a dream. He said, I don't care what nobody say. I saw Jesus, He says he saw God, man. He says he saw Jesus, whatever. He says, man, you know what? I don't worship the devil no more. He said, that dream woke me up. He says, nah, man, I'm following God from now on. I never tried to convince him not to worship the devil. Now I did tell him as a friend, I would rather he not do that. But he just told me, basically, just from hanging around me and things of that nature, it helped change what, how he thought about things. And that's how you should be doing it. You shouldn't be beating people up. People are at different stages of their life. You don't know what they've been through and where they're going. Johnny K says, amen, Lieutenant, because Lieutenant Johnny K said, what did he say? He said, words of wisdom from Jay. I live my life the same way. I can't have it right. Like I said, I'm going to talk about this another time, but this girl had me laughing one day when she was like, you need to have a bad day, Jay. Have a bad day. I said, no. See, your enemies want you to have a bad day, man. They are baffled by why you have joy in your heart. No, you ain't finna make me have a bad day. No. I choose to have a good day. God has woke me up today. Have you lost your mind? No. I ain't gonna talk bad about my enemies, but I'm just saying, you're not finna make me have a bad day. God has already given me a good day. And Lieutenant Johnny K says, all part of God's plan. That's when Kevin Havens said, amen. Jack Green says, gotta go for a walk. Thanks for the message. I really needed it. Oh, yeah, God bless you, Jack. I'm finna get out of here too. I'm way overdue. But once again, doing something I love. It's hard to leave doing something you love. Kevin Havens said that's true. Amen, Jay. God bless you, Kevin Havens, and everything you're going through, man. God got a great plan for your life, brother. He says, I don't tell nobody that. Oh, I think he was talking about going to hell and stuff. Right. You don't do that type of stuff. That doesn't right. That's not right. And when he said no, it doesn't, I think he meant no, it doesn't bring anybody to God when you say you're going to hell. Have you lost your mind? I've seen people say this, acting like they're holier than thou. You can't do that. You have to. We all have to be humble. And once again, I always live by one. If you don't listen to anything else, as a believer, you should listen to this. I've always remembered that verse of God is going to judge you how you judge others. That's why when I read that verse a long time ago, I said, you know what, God? Well, guess what? I'm going to have a very easy judgment because I made up my mind as soon as I read that verse is I'm not judging nobody. That way I'm going to have the easiest judgment ever of, hey, Jay, you're good. You were so easy on everybody else. How can I not be easy on you? You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing. When you're sending everybody to hell, well, guess what? You're setting yourself up for a very strict judgment. I'm not doing that. So with all that said, guys, it's been a longer power hour than usual. Hope you were entertained. Hope you had some fun tonight. Want to send God's blessings over your life, whatever you're hoping for, believing for, wishing for, hoping for, believing for. We're praying that you have it. It can be health. It could be health, new relationships, finances, whatever it is, human or synthetic, whatever you're trying to do out there. We're praying that it's successful and praying God's blessings over your life. We ask you believe it, and then guess what? You will receive it. Thank you for the big donation from my guy once again. Clint Eastwood with the big $50 donation. Thank you to Kevin Gray for joining the Dog King Army team. Thank you to all my Dog King Army team members for joining in. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, do all those good things. Tell a friend. Look, all your support is definitely welcomed here. God bless you in your lives. If you have your companion dogs with you, God bless you and the girls. Take care of them. Keep them clean. Don't abuse them. Keep them, take care of them. And guess what? They'll take care of you. But as for right now, me, JayDollKingHefner, and the beautiful Ramai Cloud, we are finna get the hell up out of here. We love you. We appreciate you. It's been another damn well fun time on the Dog King Power Hour. Now we finna eat a damn sandwich and try to get us some damn well sleep, man. That's exactly what we finna do. So take it easy, and we are out. God bless y'all. We out of here.